Biggest fight in boxing?
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
Stephen S. Smith has just shared his shocking insights on the upcoming clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. On the other hand, Manny Pacquiao sees Canelo as the favorite against Crawford, citing the challenge of moving up in weight. He said Crawford must retain his speed, improve footwork, and add power to compete effectively.
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. No. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Moreover, Shane Mosley expects a competitive fight, but favors Canelo, citing his size as the key factor. He noted that Canelo's strength is often underestimated, and despite Crawford's superior skill, the two-weight class gap gives Canelo a clear edge.
I think it'll be a great fight. I think both guys are great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and you know they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case. They're both talented. But the only thing is Canelo has them by two-weight division. So I think that Canelo beats him pretty easily. But we'll see. If Crawford does good, I mean, kudos to Crawford. You know, I'm happy for him. If he can pull off, great. But my mental, my mind's telling me that Canelo's gonna probably beat him.
Mosley said Crawford's best shot is to slow the fight, use smart movement, and control distance. Not by running, but by staying just outside range. Still, he sees the weight jump as a major hurdle and picks Canelo to win.
I think that maybe I don't have to make all the way boring, but maybe it has to be boring spots.
Yeah.
So just because he's moving around and keeping his distance don't mean that he's running, right?
Yeah.
So if he can move and just stay a little bit outside the pocket long enough, then maybe he can win. But I'm thinking Canelo's gonna win. I think Canelo's gonna get a fight because Crawford is a fighter. He's a true fighter. He's a real fighter, but he's in a wrong weight division.
However, Stephen A. Smith picked Crawford to beat Canelo by decision, saying Crawford's movement and boxing could outpoint Canelo. He praised Canelo's toughness, but said relying on power punches won't be enough to win.
Biggest
Crawford.
fight in boxing?
Crawford.
Huh?
Crawford. I'm not hesitating. Crawford. I'm not even hesitating. Crawford.
You gonna stand on that all the way to September 13th?
I love Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo. Crawford will beat Canelo by decision. I can't see anybody knocking out Canelo Alvarez. But I do believe that if you can box and you can move, that you can beat Canelo. You can outpoint him.
That's right.
And when I think about Canelo, one of the things that I don't like about Canelo, despite his greatness, and a neck as wide as Broadway for crying out loud.
Right.
The thing that I don't like about Canelo is that it's like almost every shot has to be a power shot.
It's a power shot, yes.
And that's not beating Crawford.
Stephen A. Smith further said Crawford could be in danger if he trades with Canelo, who is naturally bigger and stronger. He noted that Canelo is used to the weight, while Crawford is not. Though he praised Canelo's preparation, Smith believes Crawford's speed, footwork, jab, and stance switching will help him win on points, not by knockout.
I will confess, I think Gervonta Davis's trainer, Cal, I think he said this. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble, and I'm not sure it was him, but I think it was him. He said Crawford could find himself in trouble if he decides to engage with Canelo, because Canelo is the naturally bigger, strong fighter. And I don't care that Crawford's gotten bigger, and I don't care that Crawford's going to go in there just as big as Canelo. Canelo is accustomed to fighting at the weight, and Crawford is not. And Canelo is a genius in this regard. You don't see him show up for fights not ready. He's always
He's
ready.
always prepared.
He's always ready.
gotta give
He's
him that.
always prepared. So I think he's the slower fighter, though. And I think that Crawford is brilliant as a boxer. And I think that between switching to conventional and southpaw, using his jab and movement, I think that Crawford is going to outpoint Canelo because he's faster. But I don't think he's gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
Furthermore, Bill Haney called Canelo versus Crawford the biggest fight in boxing and said even Muhammad Ali would notice it. He praised Crawford for accepting the challenge, but warned that Canelo's size and power will be a major obstacle beyond skill alone.
Man, come on, man. That's the biggest fight, you know what I mean, in boxing right now. Canelo and Crawford. Crawford stepping up. Man, it's so big, you got Muhammad over there saying something about it. That's how big it is. He came off the bench from the 60s, right, Muhammad? You go back in the 60s? Yeah, well, listen. Canelo is big. And shout out to Crawford stepping up. But does Crawford have to be worried about more things than just boxing? Absolutely.
Oscar De La Hoya doubts Crawford can keep Canelo away for 12 rounds, but praises his fight IQ, footwork, and skill, areas where Canelo struggles. He notes Canelo's past difficulties with slick movers and still sees him as flat-footed and vulnerable to skilled mobile fighters.
It makes me think, I mean, how is Crawford going to keep him away for 12 rounds? Canelo's going to come at him hard. Right. But then again, I think about Crawford's abilities and his IQ and his footwork, which Canelo cannot handle. And we know that for a fact. It happened with Bivol, it happened with Mayweather, who schooled him left and right with no problem, and Canelo was way stronger than Mayweather. So there's
Don't you think Canelo's a better fighter than he was then? Today?
A better fight? Yeah, a little better. Yeah, his footwork is still the same. He's flat-footed. He's very heavy on his feet. But you saw his last fight with Skull. He couldn't touch Skull. I mean, he was a runner. He was a Cuban runner, but he couldn't touch Skull. It was incredible. It was amazing. It was just like the fight with Lara. He couldn't touch Lara. So there's a reason why fighters think that if they move a little against Canelo, they have boxing abilities against Canelo, they might beat him.
De La Hoya also highlighted Crawford's ability to handle pressure, saying many fighters break under it, but Crawford stays composed and stands his ground. He called Crawford tough and smart, emphasizing his heart and ring IQ as key reasons the matchup with Canelo is so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, power's a lot. In this game, power means a lot. If you can't keep your guy off you, or you don't know how because it's too much pressure, I'm not saying Crawford is going to fold, but a lot of fighters, you know, they can't handle the pressure. And the one thing about Crawford is that he knows how to handle the pressure. He's a savvy boxer, you know, and he doesn't run. And he has that heart. He's a dog. He has that heart. You want to fight me? I'm going to fight you. But he's smart.
Robert Garcia said most doubt Crawford because of the size difference, but believes Crawford's speed, footwork, and skill give him a real chance. He described Canelo as more cautious and businesslike lately, doing just enough to win without pushing for finishes.
It's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size, but he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
You do give
I do give Crawford a chance, of course. You know, Canelo's last few fights, you know, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win. He became a businessman, and I think that could be something in favor of.
Garcia criticized Canelo's flat-footed style and lack of aggression in his last fight, noting Canelo threw single punches instead of cutting off the ring or using combinations. He believes if Crawford performs at his best and keeps up the pace, Canelo's style could allow Crawford to pull off an upset.
Canelo is flat-footed. He you know, his last fight, especially against the runner, he was throwing one punch at a time. Didn't even try to be aggressive and get him into the ropes, throw combinations of 4 to 5 punches. He never even tried that. So I think at this stage, I am giving Crawford a big chance of maybe pulling it up.
That's it for today's video. So, what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comments section, and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.